How long has the stream been dead? I have to look up at my computer and it says like, uh-oh, 0 KBS, 0.1% drop frames. Neat. Well, that means I gotta go back and refresh my backup phone and my main phone, so I'll be right back. Of course, Twitch is gonna play another ad because of course it has to. My stomach, what the heck is wrong with my stomach? Why is it? Any additional, like, super intensive work at work. Oh, great. Even the not backup phone having trouble connecting. Am I even live? Oh, yeah, there's the pause menu. I mean, it looks like I may be back. Maybe. Except the backup phone is being the backup phone, which means it's not working properly. Because, darn it, I still use an outdated iPhone 4 because I ain't got iPhone 7 money, or whichever one still has the headphone jack. Alright, so here's an idea. How about I just restart talking about everything and then forget that the first part of the stream even happened? It'd be kind of stupid to just upload a 16-minute bit of me ranting. So what'd I talk about, and how do I restart this? Yeah, screw it. Start from scratch. This is the last time I'm gonna stream Mario Maker 1 before Mario Maker 2 comes out. Whether or not I get Mario Maker 2 on launch day is still yet to be determined. But it still seems very unlikely that Mario Maker 2 will have anything from Mario Maker 1. In fact, it's almost been confirmed. The level codes are different. No mystery mushrooms. So anything that would have a mystery mushroom would not be compatible. Unless they just bring over everything that doesn't have mystery mushrooms. It's all but been confirmed that there will be no Mario 1 backwards compatibility. So if I do get it day 1, then I'm basically just going to be recreating all my old Mario Maker 1 stages. Which I feel a lot of people are going to do. So, once more, if I do not upload this stage before I'm done streaming today, that's it, it's done. It's dead, Jim. And the only reason I'll ever boot the Wii U, or I'll boot this game back up, will be to painstakingly reconstruct all of my stages. Except now I need to figure out a new solution for Sunny Scuba Scamper, because it does utilize being 1 block tall but having 2 hits. And the ability to break blocks. That'll be fun. I mean, I do need to update Scuba Scamper anyway. I did make a slightly fixed version of the stage, but then that got taken down off the server, and whenever I had to re-upload the stage, I forgot to make a backup of the fixed version, but I still have backups of the not fixed version, and I just kind of forgot to implement the fixes again. Yeah, that covers the Mario Maker thing. I might have been able to have streamed Ribbon's Quest today. I was thinking of EV training the new Battle Frontier team. But I need to... I found my old Emerald save file. I just need to reapply it to the cartridge. But I can't remember if my aunt is still using the cartridge or not. What did Edmund just send? Okay, thanks, Edmund. Yeah, otherwise, I would have just let that message he sent just sit there, unread. But I'm talking with Edmund about some more news. I now have enough money to start building a new computer. I'll be nearly freaking broke, which is, you know, just about everyone my age. But just about ready for building the new computer. Going to be a significant upgrade from what I have now. Who knows, I may actually be able to play computer games on it, instead of just having to rely on capture cards. Who knows, maybe the 3DS software will actually play nice, or the 3DS viewer software will actually play nice with it. And perhaps I'll be able to bump up the 3DS's video quality settings. Maybe I'll be able to transfer audio straight from the same cable, except I hear it gets super delayed when I do that, so maybe not. Maybe, if I was super crazy, I could stream 3D 3DS video that no one would be able to view unless they feel like slapping their phone in a VR viewer. Kind of not worth it, but whatever. Yeah, we're looking at building a computer, and depending on shipping, I might be able to have it done and built before I even have a chance to stream again. However, that's very wishful thinking. And now on to actually retreading new ground, or retreading old ground, of things I have already talked about before the stream connection hiccuped. The Pokemon Direct. Okay, well, not really the Direct, the Tokyo presentation. Detective Pikachu 2. Cool, I kinda saw this coming, but it's nice to see that it's confirmed. Would have expected it to have been confirmed at E3. Pokemon Masters. Please do not be a gacha game. I would like it if it's just, hey, import your team from Pokemon Home and fight these trainers. But we've only seen 5 seconds of gameplay, and it looks to me more like you have to gacha your opponents and your team, and you're forced into doing these weird not triple battles. I hope that's not the case. I would hope to be able to just do normal battles against iconic trainers with a team that I can import from Home. Speaking of Home, Home has me very concerned about the longevity of Pokemon Bank. I have a feeling they might keep it up for a while so we can transfer Pokemon up, but they'll probably, I have a feeling they'll probably shut down Bank in a couple years. Anywhere from 1 to 3 years, how much longer I'm giving Pokemon Bank. I would love to be proven wrong. I would love for Pokemon Home to basically just ensure that as long as Pokemon Home is up, Pokemon Bank is up. But I don't see that being the case. That said, now I know how I'm gonna get Margaret up into Pokemon Sword and Shield. Hopefully there are still more ribbons in Sword and Shield. I wish this meant I could take Margaret into Pokemon Go, because I would love to, you know, defend the local gyms with her. but it's only one-way transfer from Pokemon Go, and Let's Go for that matter. Pokemon Sleep. I have no idea what to think about this, because, like, I'm trying to wrap my head around how this game will even work. Like, it's gamifying sleep, which on one hand, if it does it the same way Pokemon Go gamified actually leaving your house, then maybe it'll be good for sleep schedules across the world. However, I know there are some really hardcore Pokemon Go players who play the game in a much different way, and that has me worried that some people will now try to min-max their sleeping schedule for this game. In the sense of, like, okay, I need to sleep for 2 hours for this bonus, so I'll sleep for exactly 2 hours. Never try to min-max your sleep schedule. Like, it's good, like, if you need to set alarms to wake up and take medication to go to sleep, then that's okay. But don't try to min-max your sleep. Don't try to be like, okay, I need to sleep for exactly 2 hours. Give yourself some leeway time. And give yourself, like, in both directions. So I don't know how they're gonna gamify going to sleep. And also the Pokemon Go++. Apparently it'll function as a normal Pokemon Go+. But again, does that mean you have to throw it in your backpack and then slap it by your bed? And you press a button when you go to bed? What happens if you forget to press the button when you go to bed, but you press it when you wake up? Will it think you're sleeping all day? What happens if you press the button, and then have an insomniac bout? I think better wording would have been a bout of insomnia. Either way, imagine you press the button, you have insomnia, and then you fall asleep later. Like, I'm having trouble wrapping my head around this concept. Also, if the Pokemon Go++ doesn't have that special feature the Pokeball Pro has, where it'll spin Pokestops automatically, then I don't even want it. That is literally the only reason why I want a Pokeball Pro. But spending $49.99 or however much the Pokeball Pro costs for an automated Pokestop spinner is... no. Maybe if I ever force myself to play Let's Go, I'll get the Pokeball Pro so I have an actually decent controller option that I can record. Oh yeah, wait, I already mentioned that I don't want Pokemon Masters to be gacha, but I remember comparing it to a few of Nintendo's other mobile games. And that just about covers it, I think. There's Pokemon Home, Pokemon Sleep, Detective Pikachu 2, Pokemon Masters, yeah. That's everything they showed off. And... yeah. Neat to see them using the mobile space of the games industry. I will say, though, I have been making a lot of predictions to myself about how Nintendo would handle, like, the mobile space, and I have had approximate knowledge of basically everything so far. My guesses have been approximately correct. For example, before Smash Ultimate came out, I predicted that Nintendo would utilize the Nintendo Online app since they really like to offload neat features of their games or neat features of the Switch and or their games to mobile devices, such as parental controls, voice control, or voice chatting, and Splatoon 2 Splatnet 2. I predicted that any amount of shareable content from Smash Ultimate would have been offloaded to the app from the start, including things like Stage Builder, Mii costumes, or Mii fighters altogether, replays, and the return of drawings for a Miiverse stage. Miiverse stage part didn't happen, and Stage Builder wasn't put in the game at launch, but once version 3.0 came out and Stage Builder was there, again, all but the Miiverse was confirmed and happened. I was surprised I got it as correct as I did. My other guess was that Pokemon Sword and Shield would also use the app, however, they would use it for Pokemon Bank. But now that Bank has been, confirmed to not be coming to mobile devices, instead Pokemon Home will, and then you can transfer stuff out of Pokemon Bank, I was still approximately correct. However, now we don't know if Pokemon Home is going to be free or not. I hope it doesn't require a subscription fee. Pokemon Bank already requires a subscription fee. And I was hoping that if Pokemon Bank was just put into the Nintendo Switch Online app, that the Pokemon Bank subscription fee would just be, complimentary with your Nintendo Online subscription. Dang it. So, like, you pay $35.90 or $34.99 for your family plan, and then everyone has the online and Pokemon Bank. But unfortunately, that's not the case. The only other guess that I have about the Nintendo Switch Online app and how Nintendo is going to use it regards to Mario Maker 2. I have a feeling that's where the bookmark's gonna go. Because that's where Splatnet went. I have a feeling you'll be able to browse stages and read the comments on them from your phone and bookmark them so that way you could just play them straight away from Switch. As simple as that. Because this one is a much simpler guess, I have a feeling that my guess will either be more correct or more wrong. So I'll make another guess here. Well, this is also another guess I've had, but I've put less thought into it until now. I have a feeling Animal Crossing will also use this app. What will it use it for? Maybe the city-like content from City Folk. Stuff like the auction house from the city. Stuff like sending letters to your friends. Possibly things like the Happy Home stuff. Viewing people's, house designs. Just offloading all of that to the app. Nintendo really likes offloading things to mobile devices to supplement the Switch's horsepower. God, I have the weirdest burp hiccups right now. Dang it. In other news, the Sonic movie was delayed. And now I'm upset. Yes, I wanted them to delay the film. I wanted all of this. But now I'm a bit upset because between the last time that I had talked about the Sonic movie, and now, me, my aunt, and her fiancé from England were thinking about having, her fiancé come visit in the fall. And we were now just kind of looking forward to watching the Sonic movie with him. But now it's coming out on Valentine's Day. And so now not only will we not be able to watch it with him, now none of my friends want to go watch the Sonic movie with me because it's on Valentine's Day. They've either got plans or don't want to spend their Valentine's Day watching a bad Sonic movie. No, I'm in this predicament where I want to find somebody to watch the Sonic movie with, but nobody wants to. Nobody wants to either waste their Valentine's Day on the Sonic film, or even remotely make it seem like I'm on a date with them. Either because A, the people I want to watch it with are family, and that would be weird to make it seem like for people to think I'm on a date with someone that they don't know is my family. Or B, you know, I'm just friends with these people. Also, I'm glad that they put gloves on Sonic now, and that he's gonna have more noodly-like limbs. He still forgot to shave his arms, but whatever. Also, shoutouts to, what place is put out that story? Is it Kotaku? Is it Polygon? I can't remember. Some place is reporting on this fan animation, where they recreated the scene of Sonic taking off at the speed of sound, but with a design more reminiscent of the modern Sonic design, but with like realistic fur textures. And I didn't read the article, I only saw the headline. But the way the headline is worded and the way people are reacting to the headline, like, the general reaction I'm getting from it is, see guys, this is why we can't use a cartoony Sonic, it doesn't look right. Meanwhile, I look at it and I go, this is exactly how it should look, this is perfect, thank you. This is exactly how the Sonic movie should have looked, and everyone is, like, retweeting this GIF, going like, see, this is why it doesn't work. No! This is what we should have. This is correct. This is the Sonic we deserve. You got it backwards, Chief. All you gotta do is learn to suspend your disbelief. Suspend your disbelief a little. You'll have a much greater time watching works of fiction. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, I also could have been streaming the Ribbons quest today, but I wasn't quite prepared for it. I was thinking of making today the EV training of the Battle Frontier team, and possibly Margaret, and or Loaf. But I found my Emerald save data. I just need to get it back onto, you know, a recordable means. I was just about ready and set up to do that, but then I had to, you know, complete an errand for someone. And then by the time the errand was done, it was like 12, so I had to finish up preparing for stream. I just thought, I'm already late, let's just do Mario Maker like I said I would. I didn't say that this day specifically would be Mario Maker, but I said that I might give Mario Maker one more day. And that one more day is today. Dang it! Thought it was so slick. Also, shoutouts to Nintendo for not realizing that people would want to play Mario Maker online with their friends. And their reasoning of, oh, it would interfere with the leaderboards. Then section off that part of the online. Do not do the leaderboards. Playing Smash Brothers with your friends doesn't affect your global Smash meter. Or global Smash hour, whatever it is. I can mess around with my friends in Smash Brothers all day, and it won't affect it whether or not I'm in Elite Smash. Do the same thing for Mario Maker. Dang it. Dang it. Been a while since I got to that point. That wasn't obvious enough. Yeah, just do the same thing for Mario Maker, because I want to play with my friends. Heck, the online multiplayer may be the only reason why some of my friends might even get Mario Maker. And I remembered I had to do at least one normal jump. I just forgot the second one had to be a normal jump. Ay. I'll beat this stage eventually. Whether it's on Wii U or Switch is yet to be determined. Part of me is kind of hoping I don't beat this stage. That way I can, well, whether or not I beat this stage, I'm gonna be re-uploading it on Mario Maker 2 anyway. Also, apparently since I've been streaming Mario Maker 1, a few people have tried playing some of my stages. And Bowser's Batty Blitz Endurance still has yet to be beaten. I think Sunny Skewer Scamper... no. I think both of those may have yet to be beaten, both Sunny Skewer Scamper and Bowser's Batty Blitz Endurance. Alliteration. Dang it. Oh, I lose. I tried to save it, too. Ooh, and why? Alright. Pocket Camp. For once, we actually have, like, 2 days of break before an event. Now that I think about it, I think a new event may have just started this morning. Dang it. Didn't do it. The gardening event. Please give us more break time between events, Nintendo. I would like to do other things besides play Pocket Camp. What are you going to do when Animal Crossing Switch comes out? Expect people to play 2 Animal Crossings at the same time? You gotta be kidding me. Maybe during that time they could start redoing old events. Oi. Yeah, now, as I mentioned earlier, Edmund's helping me, like, put together a PC online. And I'm gonna start buying parts to it pretty soon. I have no idea what any of the parts mean. Which is why I asked him to help me build this thing. The only bits of criteria I had for this PC was I want it to be mid to slightly higher than mid-tier, because the big purpose of me building a new PC, that way I have something that is upgradable. Because my current PC is technically upgradable, but I would need to buy a new power supply. But because of the size of the PC, the power supply I would need, well, I would need a very specific size of power supply. The price of that power supply is not worth it. So close. Also, watch, I'm gonna get to this door and then the timing of the boss pattern is gonna be broken again. Oh, that was just a brain fart and a half. I have no idea what any of the parts mean. All I know is it's a significant upgrade from this PC. And I'm hoping I'll be able to actually stream some PC games now. There are a few games I've had, you know, the idea of streaming for a while. And by that I mean like one. I would really like to get back into streaming The Sims at some point. But I'm not sure which Sims I want to play, because I've been playing a lot more Sims 3 recently. Now I'm so used to that I feel if I try to go back to 2, it'd be super awkward. Now on top of that, there is a lot more care that needs to go into the preparation of Sims 2, just to allow it to not break itself. However, Sims 2 is the older game, which means it should theoretically run better on my computer, or run better if I'm trying to stream it. Sims 3, on the other hand, if I install a few fixes, should be able to run like a normal computer game and not one that assumes I'm running it on US government-level computers. I think that's a bad comparison because, as we saw with Hawaii a few years ago, US government tech is questionably outdated. I think a more apt comparison would be Hollywood level tech. Also, I'm still not sure whether or not I'm gonna stick to the idea of trying to use Linux for a month. Because, like, Edmund told me he'd take care of getting Windows 10 for me, so I wouldn't be paying for it. I might still just, you know, dig up my old Linux boot stick and update it to use a better version of Linux. And see if I could just, like, dual boot Linux, see how it runs. Holy crud, I made it through there without taking a hit. Now Mario's bigger. Okay. I have an extra hit to play with here. Oh. No, I don't. Thanks, past me. Well, at least I have shown that you can get through that segment without taking a hit now. Heck, with some of the checkpoint options in Mario Maker 2, I might just disable getting a power-up from the checkpoint. I still remember when there were no checkpoints in Mario Maker. Where everything was like Mario 3. Why doesn't Mario 3 have any checkpoints in it? Is that just like a limitation of like the NES? Because of how much more intensive Mario 3 was, could they not put any checkpoints in? I can't think of any stages that would particularly break if you put a checkpoint in them. Sure, I guess some of the stages aren't particularly long. But they all have, like, challenging bits that it would be nice to, you know, progressively clear. Oh cool, backup phone went offline again. And I jumped too high. Yeah, one neat thing about this new computer is that I will be able to have a 3-monitor setup. I have 3 displays right now. One is a square display, that I usually keep, like OBS, Steam, Discord. I usually keep that stuff on the square display. And then I have my HD display. 1600 by 900. Takes DVI-D or VGA. My square display only takes VGA. And then I have my TV, which takes RCA/component. Or not I don't think RCA. What was that weird blue, green, and red cable combo? That was composite. No, that was component. The red, white, yellow is composite. Whatever, I can use those. 4 HDMI, exactly 1 HDMI. It even has a coaxial cable. The only thing I think I've ever plugged into that coaxial was my Super Nintendo. If even. I think I may have just used the GameCube's video cables for it. Might try to hook up the Atari to it. But it also has a VGA port. I've used the VGA port on it before. But I haven't had a decent enough setup to be able to do that. Now with this new computer, I'll have 2 display ports, 2 HDMIs, and a USB-C. I think that's honestly a little bit excessive, but cool. I don't currently plan on... Okay, I partially plan on maybe getting a monitor upgrade. Not immediately, but like, I might eventually get a third rectangular display to replace my square one, but I might put it into portrait mode. If it supports. Well, obviously I'd need to buy one that supports it. Like with my current desk space, I need to rearrange a few things to accommodate for 3 widescreen displays. Oy. However, the downside to those specific ports mentioned is that I'm going to need 3 adapters. The computer I'm getting has, again, 2 display, 2 HDMI, and 1 USB-C. My options are 2 VGA and 1 DVI-D. Okay, all 3 of these monitors can use VGA. But, like, one only has the VGA, one I'm only going to use the VGA, and the other I'm only going to use the DVI-D. Now, mind you, if I get a DVI-D adapter, that means I can just continue to use the cable I already have, and I can finally use it without having it be super extended, and possibly bending too much. Dang it. Why'd that happen? I, like, rested the gamepad on my knee and I somehow registered 2 spins. God, I hope Mario Maker 2 doesn't have that stupid spin control from Mario Maker Deluxe. Or not Mario Maker Deluxe, Mario U Deluxe. Now I just can't wait for Mario 3D World Deluxe. I was trying to fix stuff. Can't wait for Mario 3D World Deluxe, or, you know, Wonderful 101 Deluxe, or Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Where are the rest of the Wii U games? Like, Nintendo's ported a good amount of, like, the exclusive Wii U games, or games that you would even want. But I still kind of foresee maybe by the end of the Switch's lifespan a few more Wii U ports. Like maybe a Splatoon 1 remastered. Or Wonderful 101 remastered. Thanks, Mario. Like, what else isn't on the Switch yet? Again, we've already covered Mario 3D World, Wonderful 101, Pikmin 3, Splatoon 1. Like, Splatoon 1 is a weird case where, even though we already have Splatoon 2, there's enough differences in Splatoon 1 that I wouldn't mind them porting it, so that way you can play either one if you wanted to. But, like, with Mario Maker 1 versus 2... Mario Maker 2 is more of, here are some additions, as opposed to, here are some differences. The only major difference in Mario Maker 1 I can think of is the Mystery Mushroom. Which, all things considered, isn't that big of a difference. Or at least, enough of a difference. I'm gonna re-rotate my screen now, just so I don't burn in my own logos. Perks of having an OLED phone. I say disadvantages. And am I already out of things to talk about? Seems like it. The actual Pokemon Sword and Shield Direct is like, what? 6 days away or so? Again, here's what I want to see out of it. Contests. Contests. Just please. Ribbons. I want to continue the Ribbons quest. As much as this Ribbons quest has been going on for a really long time behind the scenes, to the point where Sun and Moon weren't even announced yet when I started doing this quest. I want more ribbons. They added more ribbons in Sun and Moon. If they whenever they make the Diamond and Pearl remakes, they'll probably, okay, they will more than likely bring back the contests in Heart Home City. I want more ribbons. Now, things that I think they're actually going to show off. Well, there's the basics. Okay, here are some of the first Pokemon you're going to encounter. Like, here's your local bug type, your local normal type, your local flying, local rock type. Like, here is your beginning of the game types. Maybe one or two. Here's something you'll find later in the game. Possibly an evolution, because they seem to always add evolutions on even-numbered games, or even-numbered generations. This would be the first one where they didn't. That could also just be one hell of a coincidence. Probably gonna unveil more about why the gyms look different. Because I think they're going back to being called gyms. Oh, okay, well, they're not called gyms, I think was confirmed. But I think they're gonna go back to the more traditional style while being slightly different. Like, they're not gonna be trials, like in Sun and Moon. I don't know if there's going to be a new type, and I don't know if they're going to outright confirm the return of... You know what, they'll probably outright confirm the return of Z-moves. Because they have, like, Brock using a Z-move in Pokemon Masters. I have a feeling they're going to keep Z-moves. I hope they keep Mega Evolutions, but I don't see any reason for them to actually keep it. I think I have reason to believe, or no, I would not be surprised if they cut Mega Evolutions. I would be sad if they did. I like Mega Evolutions. But wouldn't surprise me if they got rid of them. Again, Mega Evolutions, from the words of, like, Junichi Masuda, they made specific Pokemon more interesting. Whereas Z-moves had the ability to make a wider variety of Pokemon more interesting. That said, they still made Z-moves that only specific Pokemon could use, so... pick a side of your argument and stick to it. But they could easily remedy that with Z-moves and just be like, yeah, that was kind of dumb. Yeah, I think they might outright confirm the return of Z-moves in the Direct. I don't know what else they could really show off. Because considering the pace that Nintendo likes to take with these, like, Pokemon Directs, because, like, last time they had a Direct, the pacing was so all over the place that we only got to see 3 new Pokemon and a few pictures of the region. I would prefer it to be, like, snappy pace. That way they can fit as much into 45 minutes as possible. But I think they may also just take it so much slower. And then, of course, like, 5 to 6 days later, they'll have the main Nintendo Direct for E3. Where there's more than likely going to be some Smash Brothers news, maybe the next DLC character. I don't think we're going to get the next DLC character as playable yet. It could surprise us with that, but I think we're at least going to know who the next 1 to 2 DLC characters will be. We may even get to see what future updates will hold. I'm hoping they bring back the rest of Smash Brothers. You know, like, they'll probably have to do it gradually, I get it. But I hope, like, the next major return we get is Break the Targets. I know it would take forever to give each and every single character their own Break the Targets. Which is why I'm more expecting what they did in Brawl, where there was, like, 6 Break the Targets. They were arranged by difficulty. Almost had that. I hope they bring back, you know, home run contest. Maybe have both Target Smash and Break the Targets. Or Target Blast, I think it was called. And please, at some point, bring back not Street Smash, Smash Run, that's what it was called. Don't care if they bring back Smash Tour, but please, just where are the other side modes to Smash Brothers? I know they're not going to bring back trophies. That's just too big of a request. Please, just bring back everything else. Again, they only added, like, Stage Builder. The 3.0. Oh yeah, Stage Builder, video editing, and sharing. The only one of those features being new to the series is video editing. I would like to see everything else come back. Maybe may spread out over like 1 or 2 more updates throughout the year. Maybe add some more challenges to the challenge board, because again, this is the first Smash Brothers I've ever actually finished the challenge board on. In terms of other game news, if they do not show Animal Crossing, I will actually be livid. Moreover, if they change Animal Crossing from 2019 to TBD, the sheer amount of anger in my blood is indescribable. Like, just thinking about that idea is making me tense up. Hang it. God, I hate this part of my stage. What kind of things would I want from the new Animal Crossing? You know, just make it New Leaf, but pretty. and maybe add actual layers to your town instead of just having the town layer and then the beach layer. I liked how in the original you could have 3 layers in your town if you were lucky enough. That never came back. I know it would be way too much to ask, but maybe bring back the NES item and just have it use the NES online. Because you can't tell me that would be too demanding for Nintendo to allow you to technically still be in Animal Crossing, but run the NES Online emulator at the same time. And then there's just a lot of, like, returning requests per game. Like, A, make the houses bigger. I know I asked for that in New Leaf, and I know I got my wish in spades in New Leaf, getting exactly what I had asked for, and then some. But the only thing that it didn't have was the dedicated bedroom, like, attic, from, like, City Folk. That'd be nice to re-add. It would allow me to save space on literally one item in my house. But make the houses bigger. Ooh, you know what I want? I want them to bring back the island and allow us to have a second home. Put the second home on the island. Allow each player to have their own island, just like the Japanese version of Animal Crossing on the GameCube. The American version, or the original version, everyone just shared a house. Kind of like Wild World. But the Japanese version, like the re-released Japanese version, everyone got their own island with their own home. Let us have that. Gimme, gimme. That's what I want. That's my new request. Maybe allow us to have something like a photo album, where we can not only look at all of our pictures, but also store the animal pictures that you get for befriending them. Still allow us to display the pictures in our house. I would like to have a dedicated menu where I could just look at all the animals that I've befriended and see things like, okay, I've befriended them, so now I have written down, this is when their birthday is. This is this info about them, this is that info. They moved out on this day. Maybe allow me to store some of my favorite letters per each animal. Let us swim in the rivers, please. That'd be nice. Expand the swimming in general. It's just kind of boring. None of your animal villagers swim, so you can't talk to them while you're swimming. I wish they did. If you incorporate like levels to your town, then you could actually have villagers go up and down the ramps, which they could not do